The Tax Committee for Stronger Futures is conducting 8 hearings across the state. The committee is looking for ideas on how to update the current tax structure to fill voids in revenue for the future.
Our goal is not to raise taxes. Our goal is to spread the base so more people are paying taxes who may not now be paying taxes, and with that increased revenue, cut the rate for everybody.
A panel discussion by committee members stated that current tax structure is outdated. They say the problem is that funds are earmarked and can only be spent on what they are designated for.
We have an education budget, we have a gas tax that's dedicated just toward transportation, and we have property taxes which go to local, do not come to the state, but they go to education and local entities. Those budgets are fixed, and then you have a sales tax which funds everything else in government. Our sales tax is dropping. We do not have the flexibility to move things from side to side. And so let me be really clear, we do not have a money problem, we have a flexibility problem in terms of how our budget is raised.
The majority of money goes into schools, but educators say teachers are still underpaid and programs underfunded.
My apprentice that I spent so much time with this year is going to another state to teach.
I don't know what the answer is with our taxes, and I know that a lot of it goes into education. I don't know that it's always going into the right place in education.
House Bill 441, which would have taxed services, was voted down last session. However, it was still a hot topic of discussion. Most who testified said it would cripple small independent business owners and add to affordable housing issues if implemented.
We would pay a tax for servicing our customers, and then we would also have to pay a tax on our accountant that we would have to hire to be able to take care of all the new accounting for this taxes.
We're just very concerned how this professional service tax would impact small business. So we just want to be clear that we are against that.
And your car repairs, your lawn maintenance, the person who cuts your hair, everything that you do, everyone that you hire, everyone who is a producer in this state, those who are creating the very economy that we're all beneficiaries of, are those who will be taxed and hurt.
And if the cost of producing things in Utah goes up, businesses will just move to other states, capital will flee, and it will hurt our economy.
Currently, there is no shortfall in Utah's state budget. However, Medicaid expansion is one area where lawmakers see a shortfall coming, but others see the solution as a spending problem.
They had $1 billion surplus on the income tax primarily last year, and they ended up spending $900 million of it. So that shows that they will spend whatever revenue comes in. And so the real issue has to be controlling spending and then maybe somehow tweaking a little bit that restriction on income tax.
That we ought to amend the state's constitution that keeps traps those income tax dollars so that they could flow to fund the other areas of the budget. So I stand in favor of a constitutional amendment as well.
But that would take a constitutional change. It would take 2/3 vote from the Senate and the House, and then governor, and then approval from the citizens of the state of Utah to change the Constitution. So that could be an option to give us more flexibility.
St. George Mayor John Pike, who was also the president of Utah's League of Cities and Towns, said they need to tread lightly when changing the tax structure.
That it's very transparent, that it's that we measure twice, cut once, the old familiar saying, that we really know what the potential consequences and ripple effects might be.
The state is already looking to make sure they are reimbursed proportionally for federal government lands use, and Utah's Water Task Force is against taxing water. Some believe the committee should wait to see if a new internet tax may help solve some of the problems.
There's going to be a lot more revenue that comes in there than I think what's being calculated.
The task force plans to take these suggestions back to the Capitol and come up with ideas for possible solutions next session.
So this will be ongoing. This is a fix that we're looking that may last for 15 to 20 years.
I think this is a meeting in an attempt to convince the public that we do need this reform and to get us to accept it. That's what I think this is all about.
We always plan for a recession and hope there won't be one. That's just the nature of economics in the state.
The bottom line, I would ask, no new taxes, no new system. Let's fix what we have.
In St. George at Dixie Tech, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.